Hey there. Went for a search today. It's a spot that the drawing from the Spanish toy factory and playing marbles and stuff. It just the figures fit on there perfectly. A little bit. Um, you gotta take the guys that are standing over the top, cut them out, put them onto the Google Earth, and then you put the kid shooting the marbles, put him on there, put the other kid on there, and they fit perfectly. It's like wow. But I went there and didn't find anything. Um, I find his stuff, his signs are all over. He's a dog. He's a crazy dog. Are you like Jack? Jack? Are you like Rin Tin Tin? No. He wants to dig up whatever's down there. Yeah, the spot fit perfect. And I was just watching the Fenn treasure hunters, and they mentioned stuff and said, ever say, but he tells them a word like swivel or swivet, yeah, right? And swivet, okay. The vast majority of the Fenn treasure hunters will be in a swivet when they find out who the one is that solved the treasure, who solved the poem and figured it out. That the Trove is this art in nature. Isn't it beautiful here? This is, you see my RVs right back there. But I'm, this is a little gully. It goes down into the canyon. And there are some rocks I want to see on the other side of these trees down in that canyon. I gotta get some pictures of some more of those down there because it's one of the areas I haven't explored that little bit there, but I've explored all over this area. I've covered square miles. I've been up on those hills, all across, all up there, and I didn't go to the top of there because see that's about 10-2 right up there at that level. So, but I've been up here at high altitude all all summer. I've been at least at 8,000 feet all summer, all winter. I've gone down to 5,000 feet a couple times. I'm gonna go up on top of the hill. If anything, we'll get a better signal here. It's, so, and, and this is you see these rocks everywhere here, and they're all part of. And this is like a dome hill. There's probably a chamber underneath this hill or something. They constructed stuff. You know, he's got Jack showing me which way to go. He's never read the poem, but he knows where to go. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people in a swivet. If they learn the guy they hate is the one that is the declared winner. That's the other thing, if it was some type of contest, then he had made, and all the rules were set before the book printed, before he put it into motion, and he had to have the rules before, so that he can publish the book. You got to have the rules, and you got to abide by all those rules. That's why he can't aid anybody. He can't give anybody a special hint. They brought up, Dale put some videos up. Hey, it's because I sent Dale a video. I sent Dale a message that the videos that were on Flash Player that required Flash Player, Chrome Flash Player don't work on Chrome. Flash Player don't work on Firefox. Flash Player, and Dale says, "Oh, if Flash Player doesn't work on anything." So the day after I wrote Dale about that, he posted those videos up on YouTube. And I knew that, well, I just sent them a message yesterday, and now they're popping up on YouTube. So I knew that whoever was running the Thrill of the Chase YouTube channel was, I knew that was Dale. So that's Dale there. That's not Forrest. I also had another one of the group members of. It was in No Place to the Meek, I guess she was, but she was convinced that Troy Barlow is Forrest Fenn. It's like I've seen Troy on video and I've seen Forrest. I've met Forrest in person, and Troy Barlow is not Forrest Fenn. And people call me crazy. But it's like when somebody goes off on the tangent, it's like I'm not even going to discuss that, except the art I found in nature is a valid and true and real, and it's ancient artifacts. Forrest knows it. Strangers I've met have known that those formations are real. That these natives built these little buttes or mounds and stuff. It's well known. The Anasazi or the Hopi or all them. There were white men here before us. We didn't do that. The white men with beards did that. Moses did that. The people they had, Anubis was actually a Mexican hairless. So it's a black dog. Let's see. What's H per has one person. Best one was person sitting on ledge. I stand on them. I stand on ledge. He's onto some rodent hole and just holding. Yeah, I'm going to stand on his collar because he's just tugging on me, and I'm trying to stand still here. What was the question again? Sitting on a ledge, yeah. I like to get on ledges with the GoPro because that GoPro just distorts everything. It's like when I shot that bullet into the ground, people that don't realize that GoPro is probably a 15 millimeter fisheye lens. You can see, out both sides. It's got more vision than you do, and so everything looks further away. The little sign in the mirror that says objects in mirror may be closer than they appear? Yeah, that's exactly. The things in the GoPro are closer than they appear. It's not as steep. It's not as... it takes a round hill and it makes it like you're standing on a point on top of a pyramid. As far as getting closer, that word frustrating, whatever that they were mentioning on the other show here tonight, that word swivet or whatever. It's like swivel, but with a T on the end. but that means, frustrating and all that. He said, well, you found it, but there's 40 of them, right? There's more than 40 of them. Come on, Forrest, I've found hundreds of those blazes. And I've got I think the ones that are in your book, you sleeping at your desk, your teacher, the Lewis and Clark, the Clovis Point, and the ribs of a mammoth, and the Model A Ford, the ZPU gun, the Skippy's helicopter, Skippy muff diving with Moby Dick, and all that. Yeah, Swivet. Yeah. It's like, okay. I'm thinking, oh, like a swivel. You ever see a Forest Service gate? They swivel, right? This is just is that a swivet? And when he talks about sitting there watching the sign for his father's parking space, the sign there at the school, Principal Fenn's sign, it's by the gate or the door. Here it's a gate. I'm echoing off the hill over there. At least there's nobody camped within a half mile of me, so I can echo. Nobody can hear me. But I like these aspen trees. And I was going to go walk around checking out some blazes on some of them with you. And I'm not seeing any blazes here on this one. Real soon, all these aspens are going to turn real pretty. And the weather's getting nicer here because, the rain is a summer. All July, you look for rain here, and into August, and we've had a few rainy days, and that's an old aspen. It's not very tall, but and there's lots of little aspens here. Trying to find one. Oh, there's a short, stubby, fat one. It's like the whole top of it is gone. Where you going, Jack? Over here. We're going to go look at this short, fat aspen. Come on. Short, fat. I can almost reach as high as the top of this tree here. That's the top. And this is a good size aspen. It's probably 9 inches diameter. And stop him from getting them rodents. And you see down in my car, you see that light in the car? That's my dash cam. I gotta hit the switch, turn it off. So, yeah, here's a log. Let's look under the log. If he had it here, that'd be, yeah, there's no, I'm expecting it to be near one of the symbols that he has. Oh, dog dragging me. I just watched, before I watched their the video, I was watching a thing about some guy in Pennsylvania, the Environmental Protection Agency wrote him a letter about his earth dam that he had on his property, and he wrote him back about their dam issue. That this was a beaver, and the beaver, it's a beaver dam, and the beavers don't give a damn about your damn laws. And it was great. But I think I posted it on my page. I have a question of thoughts or opinions. Do you think Fenn means anything by saying keep searching versus looking when He signs a book. Well, I think I found the Trove is the art and nature, I believe. There's a wishbone right there. See the wishbone? I don't know if you can see it. I'll get closer to it and you can see it. Come on, Jack, this way. He's trying to go another way. Right there's the wishbone. Here's Jack's butt. Okay, Jack. Okay, Jack. Here's some wood. And you see what I do? When I went on my search earlier today, when I come on upon some tree like this, you probably, it's pretty dark down there, okay. But when I come upon a tree like that, I run the metal detector over it, and I know, because the metal detector goes through the tree, tell me if there's a metal box under it, so I don't have to tear it up. But yeah, I've been under his school desk, looked under Miss Ford's dress, wasn't under there. And besides, he said that treasure, or that like the grapette bottle, there was barely room for the grapette. That must be Venus over there above the tree. You can't see that. So, but yeah, he was saying there was barely room for the soda in that grapette. Now, he couldn't have put it under Miss Ford's dress because the treasure would have just fallen out. There's just too much room. Oh, that's a joke. I got this crazy dog. Huh. There's an interesting stone. Or is that a log? These pieces of wood? Yeah, they're pieces of wood. Oh, that's a piece of wood. Hi there. See? If I could articulate his mouth, it's just a thin piece of wood. Somebody cutting down trees here. Ooh, that's a thin. I think these are fairly thin rocks. And rocks like the thin ones, if they're thin, they might be thick underneath. Turn them over, flip them. There might be a treasure under one of them. And that's the other thing. The area I searched today, there weren't really any rocks. It was trees and the meadows with the belly high grass, stuff like that. I guess I gotta keep my face toward the sunset. Jack, we're not scavenger hunt right now. No, it's just hang out, sit still, stop dragging me all over the forest. Oh yeah, he's a good boy. He's a crazy dog. He's all tangled in his leash right now. Okay. Come on down here, Jack. Let's go down here and turn that dash cam off. No. Did I answer that question? I think I answered that question. Love Jack. It used to be used for grinding corn. Hey, Jack. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's lots of places here I found where they were grinding corn or whatever they were grinding. maybe one thing I noticed, a lot of the mammoth sculptures lack much of tusks. I'm gonna have to close my window. Hey, the elephants. There's one that has short tusks, but I don't know if they maybe they only used the smaller mammoths, maybe, and the young ones that didn't have much for tusks yet. There's a lot of pictures where they, like the elephants under their arm, like they're hugging the elephant. I gotta have my keys. Oh, Jack runs out the door. Yank on the leash. So, yeah, the elephants, or the mammoths had small and there were pygmy mammoths and things. They were small elephants the size of a horse, or smaller. Yeah, my window's up. You just yanked the phone right out of my hand, Jack. He just jerked. I was holding the phone and with the same hand as his leash, and he yanked me, so the phone went flying. Stop it, you bad dog. Yeah, sometimes you're a bad dog. You're a pretty dog, but sometimes you do dumb things, doggy. Sun's setting over there. But, yeah, I can show you what I was looking at today. We'll go back in here. I'm going to put him on his cable. Put him on his running cable. Get the leash off. There. He's not going to affect my video now. Oh. So, yeah, there was I'm going to get it on here. Computers like, oh, excuse me, I gotta tell the computer, double blazes, computer. I've got something I want to do. You can go, because I got something to do. When is the computer going to realize that the user is more important than the computer? Smart technology. Yeah, it's dumb technology. It's a stupid phone. I haven't had a smartphone yet. And one major problem with the phones, you put it in your pocket and the phone starts what I call masturbating. Start pushing all the buttons on its own. Whoa, but we thought you touched it. No, it's my pocket, you moron phone. Jesus. Phones are lame. Let's see. Can we? I know how to. Open. Oh, get the. I put it here. I put it here. Okay. I put it there. Damn. I hate computers. Hate computers. Would be marbles. Okay, I put a file in a certain place in my computer. I expect it to stay there. I go back to it, and the computer's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I name the file marbles, and I tell search marbles. Marbles. Where is marbles? And the computer's like, I think I stuck the marbles in my butt. Yeah, you know? Oh my God. I don't know if it will. No, it won't. Copy image location? No, you can do that on the internet, but you can't do that on your computer. You know? Oh my goodness. Location. Okay. And I'm going to put it here. Paste. Access. Is it working? No. I can't stand. It's ridiculous. It's supposed to be a GIF and animate, and if you open it with Chrome, it should animate without some app or something from the internet. It's a GIF file. For Christ's sakes, open the file, but it won't freaking animate. Bastards. I'm And on the freaking computer, the GIF, if you send it to somebody in a message, it always stays a little tiny. It won't, you can't expand the GIF to make it bigger so you can see what's going on. So I'm not able to show you the drawing I wanted to show you. I can do it maybe this way. It's so many times you God, computers just they do nothing but piss me off. I win the treasure. I think I'll throw all my computers away. I won't. But I'm gonna be about done. I'm about done with them. I'm just sick of the stupid stuff. You practically got to write a program to make it do what you want it to do, because the programs they write are crap. So messed up. and it's my computer, right? I just went in my file direct, and it's okay. Where are my file folders? It's like it's searching the internet for them. We're not going to show you anything unless Google can see it first. You know, it's on my computer. Things on my computer should pop up instantly. It's 64-bit with an Core i7. You know, and, and they managed to. I used to have a computer that had a 50 megabyte hard drive. That was big, and it was fast. And I could run CAD programs on it and do drafting and things, and it was way faster than this bullshit gigahertz stuff they make now. I'm just surprised. You know, we got a computer now that has terabytes of hard drive, and it's 10 times slower than the shit we had in 1995. Yeah, there is a funny movie where people beat their computers with baseball. But hey, I've seen those. I have a video that I think it's on Facebook, and I shot my HP laptop with a 12 gauge. Went right through the screen, shooting from the hip. It went right through the screen from 30 feet or so. Boom, put it right through the screen. I still have that computer in a closet. The the monitor is no good. It didn't. None of the pellets hit the keyboard or anything. All went right through the middle of that screen. Okay, sorted by date, and that one should be there. No, sort by type. Type, and now since it's a GIF, it should be before any of the JPEGs, and it isn't. In this program, you can't. Oh my God. Sort by name. Okay. And I call them marbles. M. Not there. Not there. Not freaking there. Name. If I could get the, you know, I don't know what the hell happened. The stuff was on my computer right where I put it before you know, and I go to show it and it's moved. Somebody, something, Bill Gates, one of them people. Yesterday, I couldn't get my, oh, this is terrible. I'm not going to show it to you. That's it. I'm not, you know, I'm just pissed off at this computer right now, very much. Oh, is it under? It's called keys, maps, Trove. New folder, blah, 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 blah. Art Trove. Okay. So I finally got them open. What a pain in the ass. I got Facebook Messenger sitting on top of my YouTube buttons that I need to push. That's the other problem with stupid phones. Stupid phone, I'm live streaming. No pop ups. No pop ups, please. Oh, shoot, Facebook. Okay. So we got this area here. And you see, watch where, see these here? This is that guy's pants. That's his legs. When I switch it back, watch. Oh, look at the marble kid over here. You can see the trees go out here, and this is Bud over here, his head and his hands pointing. These are the three marbles. And we'll go up here. Oh, I zoomed in on that, but I didn't hear. I hate computers. So see, and you see here's the guy's hand arching over here, and I actually found there's a pile of wood here and a pile of logs here, and they were big logs, nicely cut, and just needed split, but they're very old and dried, and they're very brittle now. They just fall apart. But I looked looked under that pile of logs, and nothing. You know. And you see here the river splits. It goes around it. That's an island. So it would fit the Treasure Island thing too. But I'll turn those back on. And you see his butt. Look at his butt. Now watch when I go back to the. You see his butt's that tree. And so all this fits. But there was no treasure. There's treasure somewhere there. It's hidden very well. So I don't know. It's just everything's it looks really good. It looks really good until you get there. He like that waterfall. He said it was more impressive from the waterfall than actually being there. When he got there, it was like it was a mess because there's the belly high grass for one, and there was belly high grass here on this island that I was at. I walked over to it. The water might have touched my calf. It was just over maybe a foot deep at the most to cross over there. It's just a creek. So I looked through there. There's a big grove of trees. I looked in. I look at that grove of trees a little differently. But and there was logs. I looked under the logs. There was a bunch of logs all like making an asterisk, all falling into the same, like a star, And that's the other thing is that the star on Once Upon a While, the star that his fishing line goes to. Are we looking for a star, or is this an asterisk? The star, it could be a rock. It could be logs in an asterisk shape. It could be a rock carving of a star. Or it could be rocks in the form of an asterisk, like that one rock with the cowboy in the cowboy hat. But I got 2 more days here, And then I got to go back down in the valley, 30 miles away. But I'm going to park close to some of my formations there. Then I'm going to explore those. And don't expect me to be making trips up here uh, to look at things. You know, I figure out and I look at it and I look for the symbols and what's the area to check and I go take pictures. I review my pictures. I look for more symbols. Symbols are blazes. Symbols are signs. Signs are blazes. So if you haven't figured out that a sign is a blaze, and how many signs do you encounter in your life? The thrill of the chase, you encounter a lot of signs in your chase. Forrest Fenn's chase started in 1930, and this chase might not be over until there's a date, until that date is carved in a stone over his grave. He covets things, and so that means you're not getting it. You're not getting it while he's still alive. It's still his. He gives things that he's given to his wife, he still considers his. The treasure is still his until he gives you the title. I give you title to the gold. I determine who is the champion, is what he's saying. We're entertaining him. Is writing his final chapter in his thrill of the chase. That was once upon a while. We thought. But he said he can write 50 more books. But I don't think he's gonna. Anxiety. Anxiety who? The anxiety is coming from people. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. You know? I'll go get it when I'm ready. I go and look when I'm ready. I tell people over and over again, I've cut my puppet strings. You don't see any strings attached to my wrist or my jaw or anything. I don't speak for anybody. I don't act for anybody. You know, you don't pull my strings. If you pull my strings, you might pull the string that goes pow. You know. You pull the string and you know, I got neuropathy. That means my nerves are getting the wrong signal, so I might get the wrong signal. Yeah, yeah. I let Dale know, and he now you can post you can attach pictures to your posts there, and so on his blog. So it's nice to because I couldn't get him to share any of my images or anything, so now I can post them on there. This planet has symbols hidden in plain sight. If you know what you look for, Fenn. Yeah, yeah. He picks up a little rock and looks at it, and he hands it to Suzanne. Look, it's George O'Keefe. You know. I could do that too. Look, it's George O'Keefe. Can you see it? So, and then there's other figures on there. There's the guy there, and the face, and we're not going over that again. But let's keep a piece of crap, you know, because then you can let the dog go, you know, run loose a little more, and you suppose, you know, a little control, you can beep, beep, you know, get back over here. You just give him the tone, and he knows that after the tone comes the shock. So you know, they respond to the tone eventually. But I got the thing and turned it on, the little remote control. It lit up, you know, the collar. When I put it on the charger, the light was red, like it was charging for about half an hour, and then the light turned off. Oh, it's charged, you know. So I get that, and I turned it on the control on the thing, and, and the collar wouldn't turn on. It didn't turn on. So, you know, $30 garbage. So I got a return label, and I'm sending that back to the seller that sold me that piece of junk. And yeah, more of the stuff you buy online is junk. The Chinese are making crap. I I've bought two wind generators. The first wind generator was supposed to be 750 watts. 750 watts, right? And, and the wires for it were like Cat 5 wires. You can't put 750 watts on Cat 5 wire. No. And, and the thing didn't charge batteries at all. And I ended up getting a refund and shipping it back with Amazon. And then last year, I ordered a wind generator. And I paid like $300 for it. You know, it's just a little 400-watt wind generator, right? And I'm watching it. I had it ship to Colorado, right here in Colorado, and I checked the tracking. Oh, delivered in Ohio. So it was some scam. Somebody in Los Angeles using Amazon and using my name to ship probably crack to Ohio, you know, or maybe it was Chicago, something like you know. It's like somebody you got to watch out from people. Some of these things on Amazon, eBay, that the it's their things they're selling are just a front to use your name to ship drugs to their partners in distant states. You know, so if you have something that you ordered and you see the tracking and it went right past you and onto another state and it's then you should notify the authorities of that. I don't see why the DEA isn't looking into things on Amazon that aren't shipped to the person who ordered it. You know, when they have the tracking, they should be able to say, okay, person ordered for this address, tracking delivered to this address. That should send a red flag right to the FBI and the DEA that there's some likely drug activity going on because the thing went somewhere and that driver knows where it went. You don't know where it went. The shipper knows where it went. But because you're the receiver, you don't have any right to ask who it was sent to, even though it was your money that was spent on it. And that's bullshit. It's kind of hard to trust companies and everything. I just watched a video today that Facebook wants your bank information so that you can go get your bank balance on Facebook. You think that's really what they're trying to help you out? No. No, they're spying on your bank account. They want to know where you spend your money and everything else. It's foreign espionage, and it's espionage. Facebook Zuckerberg should be in prison for that. Just trying to get bank account information. He should be in prison for embezzlement. Zuckerberg, you belong in prison with Hillary. She'd probably like your little pencil dick. Ooh, where did I get? Ooh, that's kind of a. See, it's not white. It's kind of pink. This came from Togo's butt. Yeah, lock her up. Um, I pretty much, if you're a Hillary fan, don't be my fan, please. Democrat. Learning somebody's a Democrat. It's like learning they're an idiot. You know, you got to be an idiot to believe the bullshit coming out of CNN. You got to be a total idiot. And I know that a lot of some of the vloggers are total Democrats, especially the gypsy couple. Um, oh, she thought Toby had the wood. Yeah, he's probably got splinters in his tongue. Yeah, gypsies are fed. Yeah, they are. Uh, and Forrest knows what kind of job that guy had over there in Vietnam, and you know, we didn't belong over there at all. And the CIA guys that were driving it, gypsy, you know, those guys giving all the information, Forrest is too. Heroin in Vietnam. Yeah. Hey, the opium was coming through out of there and all that. That's a long way to haul it from Afghanistan. Now they go right to the source and get it right from Afghanistan, and they don't have to ship it to Vietnam first. Yeah, we're getting that in a Thai stick. Marijuana dipped in opium, laced with opium. Uh, that, that, that's a great painkiller. And really the the raw opium is a whole hell of a lot safer than the heroin. That's for sure. um, I don't know where I'm going to search next. I searched this spot and I don't know what to do. I, I I keep looking for more signs. I've found more than enough signs. I got more exploring to do. I even when I went up to Salida the other day, I seen some some things south of Sawgosh. There's some rocks, and there was one area I saw some formations. And to check there's a place where they cut through the rocks there to put the highway through. And to test myself, I look at those that I know was cut by the highway department, nothing sculpted, and looking, I don't see anything. So it's not just picking up natural shapes. These shapes, there's so many of them, and they're so dense that they cannot be natural. That kind of artistry. The people that don't see it, they don't see it because there are multiple layers upon layers, like to make one face that's 20 feet across, there's 30 other figures inside that face. There are figures in the eyes. The nose is another, human or elephant trunk coming down. The elephant's on their forehead and the nose is curling there, or the elephant's on their forehead and the trunk's coming down and curling under their chin. So I gotta plug in power. Boop. While I'm sitting here. That should have. It did. My phone, you plug it into the 2 amp charger and it charges slow as hell. And then I go plug it into the 1 amp charger in the bedroom. And I get up in the morning, it's 100%. But the 2 amp charger is like dogging it. And you know that the phone company and the company that makes the phone is put into the programming so that the phone company can tell your phone, go dead, go dead. You know, they're trying to start a civil war. They want everybody pissed off, and it helps if they can make your phone go dead when it doesn't need to. Yeah, the X22 report I watch on Facebook, on YouTube. He has a geopolitical report. I watch that. I don't watch his financial one, because I don't own any Bitcoins or I don't have a bunch of gold that I'm worried. But, if you get that chest of gold and the banks crash and that gold goes through the roof. Yep, I have probably 20 cords for charging the phone, and I have about a dozen different chargers and stuff. And no matter what one I use, it always tells me, even if I use the Samsung one for the phone, it tells me use the charger that came with your. I am using the charger that came with the phone, you dumbasses. And being an electronics engineer, I know that these cords that they make, these micro USB cords, the wire cannot carry 2 amps. It's barely big enough to carry 1 amp. It tries to get 2 amps and the wire just starts melting because it's too much power for it. Don't design a phone with a cord that's insufficient to completely power the phone and charge it simultaneously. If this cord cannot carry the required amperage that the phone needs, then the phone is poorly engineered. And there are a lot of shitty engineers that came from shitty colleges. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Forrest knew. I bet he hated Morse code class. Somebody somebody asked Forrest about Morse code class. Did he? I think most pilots knew. You had to know that stuff. If you didn't have a communications guy, that's how you type in your Morse code and whatever that would change it to some scrambled thing and send it, and somebody would decipher it, whatever. But I got a picture of my dad in front of a 1950 middle 50s encryption device, electronic. He has an electronic encryption thing with all the dials that you adjust to, so they tell you what to set each dial for, and so when the codes come in, he could hear the Morse code in the right order. Yeah, you got the same phone I got. I got the It's an S7 Edge. That's what I'm using right now. And it has the no. I have a cordless charger. I don't know where the power supply, but the cordless charger itself creates heat because it's an inductance thing. What it is it's a transformer. That's in two pieces. You have a transformer on the base, and there's one on the back of. There's a coil on the back of the phone, and so it's like that coil interacts with the core and the transformer on the base, and so it becomes a complete transformer when you put the two together, and so the power goes over electromagnetically, which creates more heat, and your phone cools off. So what this is what I need a 3D printer for, because what they need to keep it from heating up like that, put a freaking fan in the base to cool the phone while it's charging. To cool it down. It's getting to it because your phone, oh, we can't charge because it got too hot. We're shutting off. No, you got to shut off because you didn't put a fan, a cooling fan in the charging base to keep the whole unit cool while it charges. They put a fan in everything else, and it makes all kinds of noise and messes up your videos. But they need to put a fan in them things. And yep, that little blood pressure thing, wasn't working a couple days ago, and I tried it yesterday, and yeah, 114/70. Catcher in the rye. Yeah, I was just in it, and you're going through the belly high grass, and there's these seed things over the top of the grass. It's like, oh, there's the rye, the catcher in the rye. So it's in the grass. Rye is grass, ryegrass. I read. So, when he's in Vietnam, he talks about the 300-foot meadows with the belly high grass. That's where the Model A cow was found, and a lot of the meadows here are grass, and there's beaver ponds, and where the beaver ponds are, the grass is armpit high. It's not belly high. And some of it's even taller than me. Where the beaver, but and then it's mud, and if it's in the mud of one of them beaver ponds, forget it. Unless you got a reality show crew, film crew, and cast members to help you look for it, you know. As y- there are hops, there are wild hops. I was Browns Canyon, and there were wild hops growing on Dorothy Hill. And see, that was a good spot there. I'll tell you about that spot there at Browns Canyon by Ruby Mountain. Ruby Mountain. Okay, there's rubies in the chest. Ruby Mountain. Okay, Dorothy Hill is a volcano. These are three volcanoes: Ruby Mountain, Dorothy Hill, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But anyhow, Dorothy Hill. When you looked on Google Earth, it looked like the witch from the witch from the Wizard of Oz and stuff. And the there's Dorothy Hill, Dorothy was, Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And Dorothy is the woman who runs Collected Works bookstore. So, there's all these things match together. And I searched there and searched in the creek, and you gotta be here. If you're ever out there searching and you get the urge, oh, I gotta relieve myself. Relieve yourself. Don't be searching when you're in need of relieving yourself. You might look under a rock and see a pair of eyes looking back at you, and a little imagination will tell you that your britches are going to become the home of brown. That's the other way. When you go out there on the trail, don't forget to bring half a roll. You might not need a whole roll of toilet paper with you on the trail, but bring you a half a roll at least. A quarter roll, whatever. I've had to loan my roll out. We're not going to embarrass anybody. Do you know if Ruby Mountain is named because there may be rubies there? I think there's some but I think they were turned out they're garnets. It's full of garnets. There's 3 mountains there. They're all 3 volcanic, so they were all 3 ablaze also. And Ruby Mountain, Dorothy's Ruby Slippers, and Dorothy Hill, it's called, and it's a flat. It's on private property that's for sale. $3 million, I think. That's a pretty damn good price, I think. For was it 3 million or 35 million? I don't know. 3 million, I think. Yeah, $3 million, I think it was. A couple hundred acres, right there on the Arkansas River. It make a great place for if you had a river rafting business. Yeah, there are garnets there, and I found a lot of Apache tears, not near as big as the one Forrest had, and these are ones that are embedded in the pumice stone and rock and all that. You could get the gray rock and you grind it up, and the little black obsidian bits fall out. But the garnets would be in the heavier reddish kind of rock. And part of that hill is private property, the side of it toward the creek. But you can go up the backside. I went up the backside and all along the top, and there's a little cave on the backside of it, and I went up some of the little gullies around it, and so I was on about a year and a half of searching areas that weren't where the treasure. When I got to this area, and it didn't. After you find so many of the pieces of his stories there, you're convinced that it's the right spot, and there's no other location. Hey, make sure archaeologist names a peek after you for telling him about their imaginary apparitions of the rocks. Yeah. I've had some. I named some of the things like I named that one the waterfall over here, Forrest Fenn Falls, but and I'm starting to give the formations names because there's so many that are similar that I need to name them to differentiate them. Panning videos, and people are serious about having permits and titles to pan for anything anymore. They wrote a constitution, made us all free. The where is it? Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know about that. I have to write the book. I got to write my book to get credit. There, there's a guy down in New Mexico that found some stone up near Taos. I think he lives in Albuquerque, but he's wrote a few books, and I might partner with somebody that's better at writing books than me. You know, yeah, yeah. I got Google Earth. I got plenty of. I got probably 100 different points of interest on there, and I give out little pieces. See, the problem people have is I don't give out the whole. I don't string out the whole poem and tell you all of the nine things all in one one swing. I'm trying to get. There's a moth in here. And I don't like moths because I got a wool suit that I haven't worn for since 2008. Funeral. Oh. I'm supposed to be in Colorado this month still. Yeah. Forrest Fenn. Some sightseeing at the. Yeah. Yeah. I went to the Denver Museum, and I even got in at the 65 and over prize 5 years early. Boom, that was him. That took care of him. Boom, put him out. There's a mosquito. So, it was, Southwest, yeah, that's Durango. Yeah, there's all kinds around here. But usually when I got the energy, I'm out searching for the treasure and not other things. And but, so, yeah, that's about it. An hour and 13 minutes. Your beard. Yeah, I'm not keeping it permanent. I grow them for a little while, maybe before Christmas, and after Christmas I'll cut it off or whatever. Uh, but age and all that. What that doesn't matter when you're alone. It wouldn't matter if I was younger or older or whatever. I'd still be alone. So that's no fun. Um, yeah, just me, just me. I mean, there's nobody ever even give me a time of day, you know. So I don't. I quit getting my hopes up for any woman because it's a waste of my time. It's just a waste of my time. I need one, when one comes along and says, "Hey, I like you, I want you," then I'm done searching. Yeah, that's how my search goes because, apparently all the women that I like don't like me enough to be a part of my life. So I'm not gonna get my hopes up for them. And after I've known them for, I mean, if I've known them for a year on Facebook and I ain't never met them yet, it ain't ever gonna happen. Never gonna happen. So I don't get my hopes up for things that aren't going to happen. The treasure, I got a lot of hopes up for the treasure, because I'm more likely to find the treasure than to find love. Awesome. What's the treasure to search? Read the poem, my trove for all to seek. You're seeking the trove, the collection. A collection is not a single item. The chest is, yes, I know there's more items in it, but it's a single item. You're searching for a trove. All his stories are hidden here in nature. And so far, I haven't seen any treasure at all. I've seen the trove treasure, the art, the treasure, the ancient treasure and stuff. The treasure's new is something you work for and earn by finding this trove in nature. So I keep looking for it. I keep looking for the treasure chest, but it's likely that the trove is that treasure. But there's no way of knowing that until whatever requirements he put in place and made for. If it's a contest, there are rules, and those rules, once those rules are met or whatever, he could probably make it one. Make it takes a couple of rules out or something to say, yeah, that was a little too much to expect. But as long as he does it, before he's, you know, but he has to have explained what the trove is, define the poem and all that. And it could be if it's a contest and he says, "Hey, you won, come on down and I'll give you the title." And then I'm gonna say, "Okay, well, I'm gonna say I found it over here or over there." We never even mentioned that it was a contest, you know. But I don't know. It can go that way. Um, if he secreted the treasure, if he secret it, that means it's under a contract. It's a secret contract. It's a secret agreement. When you make when two parties, well, somebody's suing somebody for something, and they make an agreement, and the agreement is that nobody says a word about any of it, and that's it. You don't say anything about it because it can reverse the agreement you made. Find one that has meaning to me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I got 2 more days here. I gotta go back down the valley, and then I gotta stay there 2 weeks, and I can come back up here. So, um, I think that's gonna be my last when I come back up those 2 weeks. So I'm looking at I'd be out of here. Oh, the night. And come back on the 23rd, 24th of this month, and that'd get me to September 7th. Because I thought about having a party over at the other, over at the lake after the campground closes, but the group area and all that is outside the gate and can be used for free after they close on the 15th. And thought about having a party out there. It'd be after September 16th. So, like the 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, it might be up for next month. About the 22nd, 23rd of next month. Might be a good time to have a party up here. Yeah, I've got a XB Dias. I'm wondering how it. I'd like to have the 18 kilohertz coil or the 70 kilohertz coil. That's supposed to be good for gold and silver. But here there's a lot of silver and ground balance is 89. That's right where you want. That's where you're looking for your silver and stuff. Oh, I'm done. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. There's not a lot of subscribers. I'm the one that the ignorant consensus out there loves to crap on my solve, crap on anything I say. But they're all wrong. I'm going to prove them wrong. People say, well, Forrest knows something. Forrest knows something. Forrest does know. He knows it all. But I don't know anything until Forrest tells me, or, when he puts out the word, whatever. See you, Janet. Dream Yeah. We're all done. You have a good night. I will. I gotta close my windows. It's getting cool. 66 in here now. 49 outside. Hey, all right, Anna.